Hello and welcome to the POV micro farmer. It is late, about 6:30, 7 o'clock, and I am gathering hay that I scythed in order to fill up the nearly completed, not fully completed, but nearly completed pig house that I was working on yesterday. Basically what happened was we took the dogs out for a big long walk earlier on, and then when I came back I started working on the pig house, and it's probably a bit too dark to give you a tour, but I'm gonna go there anyway and fill this up. And it got me thinking that if I expect, I'm just gonna get loads of hay, loads and loads of hay. It got me thinking that if I expect the pigs to sleep in this over the winter and all night, then it's only fair that I stay in it too. So tonight's video is going to be a little bit different than the usual. Normally I try to have one big long, let's just put that there, uninterrupted shot, but tonight I'm going to sleep in the pig house that I built, just to prove that it's good, to check it out, to see if there's any wind traps, see how warm it is, see how cold it is. You know, like I said, I want the very best for the pigs, and if it's not good enough for me, then it's not good enough for them. It's the way I feel that, like, if it's warm enough. So I've made a couple of, oh Jesus, the light's gone. Oh. I made a couple of adjustments to it. Oh, let me just put this in here and just kind of, I've no idea what you can see, by the way. I'm intrigued myself. But I've made a couple of adjustments to the pig house itself, which again I'll try to show you, but I've no idea how it's going to look in this light. But the basic idea is the wall that you saw me put up yesterday had a big gap and it was too short. The insulation wall that I used. So when I put up the second one with the second board, turns out that insulation, sorry, you might not be able to see anything at the moment because I'm just locking the gate, but the insulation that I used for the second wall was taller, and I didn't know, I thought they were about the same size. So I took the first wall out, cut a bit of shape with the second wall, and both walls are now taller and reach closer to the ceiling. I've also put nearly all the corrugated iron panels on the top and the sides and the back. And then finally on the top there was this old heavy kind of blanket that I'm not sure if you ever saw the sweat lodge, but my brother built a sweat lodge with the idea that he'd heat it up full of stones, like stones on a fire basically. Sorry, this is going to be quite slow because I can't see anything either. Oh no. Okay. So, where was I? Yeah, so my brother had this old sweat lodge thing that he built, and it was basically just a bunch of sticks that he kind of duct taped together and then covered in blankets and tarp and tents and bed sheets and everything, just loads of stuff. And then what he used to do was basically build, or sorry, he made like a little kind of a fire, put loads of heavy stones in the fire, and then transferred those into the sweat lodge, into the hut. And then he'd sit in there until he was basically, well, very, very, very sweaty. Sorry, 1 second. I'm just gonna have to, there's a car coming. So I'm just gonna have to stand still. I'm good, I'm good. Thank you. But yeah, he used to sit in that thing until it was like molten, until he was losing weight from the sweat, and then he'd run down to the river, jump in, and then run back up to the sweat lodge, and then do that a couple of times. That's not for me. And then he was starting to go a bit moldy and stuff like that. Hold on, there's another car coming. I'm gonna have to quickly just, sorry. I am pitch black without that light, man. I'm very glad I brought it. I should have a high-vis jacket on as well, but I don't. But the light is pretty bright. But anyway, so the sweat lodge was going moldy and stuff like that because it was just a bunch of blankets in the rain. And so I got some of those old blankets, well, one of the really big ones, and basically laid it on top of the barn, of the house, and then put the corrugated iron panels on top of that to give the roof a bit of kind of insulation as well. So I'm hoping that everyone will be nice and warm. Again, it's almost certainly too dark to show you now, but as I sleep there tonight, you will see it in the morning. So the plan is, I'm going to move this hay into the barn, into the house, sorry, the pig house. And there's a pair of secateurs that I've left up here to kind of make sure there's nothing too thick when you're sleeping on it. And I'm just going to cut back some of the heavier, thicker grass so I won't wake up with back pain. Actually, the pigs or the chickens should have put themselves to bed already, but I'm just going to make sure. Normally when it gets dark, they just kind of literally just put themselves to bed themselves. But I mean, actually the actual thing, my mum has already done it, but I'll just make sure they're not in the field. I'll just do a quick count, a quick head count. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, Mr. Burns. 4. There's one here. Should be looking for Aunt Gladys. Oh yeah, how come you're on your own? How come you're on your own, eh? Okay. Yeah, normally I don't even have to check because they will just put themselves to bed when it gets dark, but it's better to be safe than sorry. I know I do say that everyone gets to eat on this farm, but I'd rather a fox didn't get to eat our chickens. But anyway, yeah, so this video, like I said, I normally try to do like just one long take because I used to edit quite a lot of videos back in the day and I'm done with that. Just too lazy to edit. But today will be a slight exception. I will do some editing. Because watching me sleep for 8 hours is not going to be exciting. Unless you're into that kind of thing. And statistically, there's got to be someone out there who is. But there's no judgments here. So I haven't fully finished it. I've still got a bit of tarp that I want to put on the very top because there's holes in the corrugated iron, and if it rains, I don't want, oh, that was a tight squeeze. If it rains, I don't want any water getting into the pigs. Right now there is a very gentle light rain, but it's very light. I can barely feel it. So I'll just give you a quick walk around to see what we can see. So I've got both walls on. I've got the corrugated iron on this side, and then as you can see it's taller here. This was all the way down there, you know, and now it's a bit higher, and at the back you can see it goes a fair bit higher. Even though it should be the other way around. Oh no, it's because it's taller on this end, that's why. And then if you look up, there's the little blanket that I put on top, and I've done the back wall as well, and I've kind of reinforced all those bolts. I'm just going to actually take my helmet off to make sure you can see something. It's very dark. Oh, there we are. Okay, so there's the roof. There's the new board that I put in, the insulation board. There's the other insulation board. And then I've also put the back insulation board on, which you can see here. And I've kind of reinforced it using these screws, a bunch of them. And then I also think you saw possibly some of this. I can't remember actually. Maybe you did see this. Ooh, I reinforced it today anyway. I fell over. Excuse me. And then on the top, you can see this corrugated iron that hasn't been fully locked in place yet. I've put in some screws here, and there's another one there, but it needs to be reinforced. And then I want to put some tarp on top of all of this. I've also put the side panels on as well, which you can see here. As you can see, there's a big gap where this one has just kind of bent up. Oh, this light does some funny stuff sometimes. Just pressed about 50 million times to get back to white. There we go. But you can see that this needs to be, this corrugated iron here needs to be pushed down and forced down into there to kind of seal the roof. But I'm really proud of it, and tonight I shall sleep here. So I have absolutely no idea what you can see, so I'm probably going to just stop recording. Actually, nah, let's do it. Hold on, let me put my helmet back on. So in terms of the secateurs, the only bit I really want to use this for is just this guy here, which I assume you can see. It's just a bit thicker than I'd prefer personally. Nope. What have I done? There we go. I just want to kind of trim some of that stuff. I don't even mind if it just sits underneath, to be honest with you. You know? And then just, I'll just get rid of stuff I cut to it actually. And then just stick loads of hay in. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do, right? I'm gonna turn off my video because I'm allowed to today. I'm editing. I'm gonna turn off my video and go back in and get some better lights, and then finish off the hay. So I will talk to you later. Okay, I'm back. I need to clean all this stuff up. This is where I was cutting, but I've got 2 extra lights. You can hopefully see a lot more. I've also got this guy, and I'm just going to start moving some hay around. Lovely. Like I said, it's not fully finished. I still need to reinforce some stuff and put some other stuff around, but I'm genuinely really happy with it so far. I think it's looking really nice, and I think it's gonna be generally pretty cozy, to be honest with you. I mean, even just sitting here like this, it's long enough for me if I was to lie down, and then you kind of need to lie you know, there's no wind, I can't really feel anything, it feels good. But having said that, I do want a small amount of comfort. I will be sleeping mostly on the hay, but I want to go in. So I'm just going to bring this guy with me, these 2. I do want a pillow, and I don't care too much about a blanket, but I don't like having nothing over me. I have to have something over me. So I've kind of pre-prepared this stuff here. So I've got an old smelly duvet cover and this old sofa cushion, which I shall use as a pillow. Now, when I put these in, I'm going to stop recording again because well, it's only like 7 o'clock basically. It's about 8:30 or about 7:30, I think. I'm not sure exactly. So I'm going to go back inside, make myself some dinner using those potatoes that we picked yesterday. That monster one, I'm going to make just a big portion of chips out of him. Have some dinner. Give me a second. Let's see if I can just move this guy over here. There's my pillow. Like that. And you will unlikely be able to see anything. Let me just put this up here a little bit more. So I'm trying to just rest this so I can see a bit too. But and then there's my, I'm not even going to use that as a blanket. I might wrap myself up in it, but I just like something covering my feet, to be honest with you. But this is my bed for the night. But until then, I'm going to go into the warm comfort of my home and remove this nice spike. I'll just put that there on the side. But until then, I'm going to go to the warm comfort of my home, make myself some dinner, prepare myself some snacks, and I shall return. I also have kind of reinforced, I need to continue and just reinforce them, but I've done this bit and I've done over there as well, but I just need to kind of help force those over, maybe even cut them off and bend them over on the top. but I think it's looking nice and cozy, to be honest with you. You know, it's all, there's a bit of a gap here, but there's also metal there. There's a potential wind trap. Small one there, but I'm excited. So I will return when I'm actually in bed, and then the plan is to kind of document the night. You know, I'm expecting to get a bit of a broken sleep here, and if I do, every time I wake up I shall put my camera on and groggily talk to you guys, and then I'll stop recording and go back to sleep again. You know, eventually it'll be day and we'll see how we're doing. The other thing I want to do, by the way, is, and I haven't done this yet, but I want to put another piece of corrugated iron halfway through the middle that cuts off this side, so they've got like an entrance door, and this will kind of help shield them from the wind as well. But for now, it's okay. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching this portion of the POV microfarmer, and I will see you in a few hours when I begin to regret this decision. Okay, it is about 1:15 in the morning, and it has been raining consistently for the last few hours. It was a very light drizzle when I made this decision, and it's been raining very consistently since then, and now it's very heavy. But a deal is a deal, and I'm going for it. The problem is that I never actually finished. Oh Jesus, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. That is not good. Oh man, that's my sheet. The problem is that I never actually got to finish doing the tarp or anything like that, so there is a lot of leaks. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to go back into the barn. I brought this lunchbox because I thought if the rain got through, it would protect my phone. The if has been answered. I'm going to get a plastic sheet to put over here, which I was originally intending to do anyway. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier on. I'm sure I did. So I'm going to put that over. I mean, really sure that what I should do is actually finish the thing and then go sleep in it, but you know what? Hashtag YOLO. You only live once. Okay, so this is the tarp. Actually more of a ground sheet. The good news is it's not that windy, so I'm hoping that it'll stay on. Or maybe I can put some other sheets over this, some wood, some blocks, some stones or something, you know, to hold it in place. So it's very rainy. My bed sheets have already been wrecked. I shouldn't have brought them out first. I should have kind of put this on first and then done it. So I apologise for the darkness, but the thing is I can't see anything either, so if you can't see then I can't see, and we're all in this together. So this is kind of what I wanted to do anyway. Hopefully this thing is long enough. It seems to be. Whoa! I just nearly tripped over a monstrous thing. So as you can see, oh maybe you can't, I'm wearing my socks and sandals, which was not a good idea, but I had no intention of sleeping in my welly boots. Okay, the wind is blowing it away, but I'll get some of this wood to start. Oops, I wish I hadn't have left that out. This will help. That's nice and heavy. Need something for this corner here. Okay, I'm gonna grab this bad boy. Chuck that on top as well. Ah, hit my hand. Okay, right. That should keep the rain out from now. Should being an interesting choice of words. I'm going to use this heavier one and put this on the back, and hopefully I can lower that down. I was kind of hoping that this video would be me just going in, checking to see how weatherproof it was, and then calling it a night. That does not appear to be the case. Okay. Okay, that looks much better. Much better. Nice. And then I might just slide this if I can. Okay. Alright. A deal is a deal. Oh, look. The gaps have been plugged. But is my sheet ruined? And the answer is yes, as is my pillow. You can see that. Oh, what have I done? What have I done? What have I done? What have I done? Okay, that's fine. Put that the other way. So it is literally about 1:15. A few months ago this would have been incredibly late for me, but last few months, there we go, 1:20. Okay, again. The last few months have been interesting in terms of, actually, while I'm here, I may as well just put my phone in the lunchbox. Does it even fit? Yes, it does. I don't know where I'm bringing my phone. There might be signal. I've got Wi-Fi in the barn, and I might get out here. Okay, so I need a new sheet. Sorry, I might get a new pillow as well. Ooh, that's soaking wet. The hay is pretty dry though, or at least kind of damp. So I really wish, and I might do this when the camera's off, or maybe not. I was going to say I might try to spend a bit of time and even out this hay. If you look there, there's like big gaps. There's this big nasty spiky guy which no pig wants to sleep in. And I just want to kind of make this nice and even, but first I'm going to go bring these wet stuff back to the barn, and hopefully there is something good and dry, not clean because nothing's clean in the barn, but at least drier. If I could bring that with me as well. Hey, here's another pillow. Nice. I mean, I should just bring the mattress in. call it a day. Oh, here we go. That's also a pillow, but look at that, it's all moldy and stuff. That's a coat. And that is a old, smelly, moldy, damp sheet. It's the best I got so far. I mean, I could bring something in from the house, but no sense making everything dirty and messy. Okay, I'm going with this. I'm going with my smelly, damp, disgusting sheet pillowcase combination. Is there anything else I wanted to bring? Yeah, that guy. Okay. Put this dude on top, maybe even the front, because there's a couple of things I need to do still. I want to put the corrugated iron as a roof, or sorry, as a door, and also secure that tarp. But at the moment, it seems to have dried up significantly. The rain hasn't got any lower, any worse. Shove that up there, hold that in place, and then let's make a new pillow. Okay. I'll tell you what I'm going to do now. Just because I feel like it'll take too long, I'm going to turn the camera off and organise this bed a bit, and I shall return. So give me a couple of minutes. I'm back in record time. My phone, who cares, it's only a couple of minutes. Basically I moved some hay around. I had this light with me which I turned on, that was in my pocket, and I've got my mouldy sheet, so I shall just put that down. Took my sandals off, you can see them. And I'm hoping that I can just kind of use this. It's not even that. I was kind of hoping to use like the original one as like a bit of a sleeping bag, but I just like to have something to cover my feet, you know. But I might just use this as a little shield, like that. And there we go. It is dry. My feet are wet from just walking out here. But it is relatively warm. It's not freezing cold. I mean, it's cold, but it's not freezing cold. I could definitely do with a door. To block away the kind of, there's a little bit of wind coming in this way. But it's not too bad. The hay is nice and cozy, it's nice and dry, it's flat, it's soft. And, oh, this light has gone mad again. But most importantly, we no longer have any leaks whatsoever anywhere, which is absolutely incredible. Excuse me, probably just breathing in loads of mouldy, toxic hay. Not hay, but like just mouldy stuff. I apologise if I swear occasionally, by the way. I nearly swore there. I do my very best not to swear, but in real life, when I'm not filming, I do swear quite often, or more than I like to anyway. But it's quite nice out here. My original plan was to like kind of chill out and have a few snacks and stuff like that, but I had a really big dinner. In fact, I took a photo of it. It was the big potato that I picked yesterday, and I made it into like 10-inch wedges. They're massive. So maybe I'll just kind of show you that photo, and I'll just show the photo. I'll talk about it. Here's the photo.
So as you can see, there's like massive wedgies that I made. That's a vegetarian burger with a brioche bun. And in there is some tomatoes that we grew here, and also the caramelized onions have been grown here too. Unfortunately, the spinach was bought, as was the brioche bun. We didn't grow that here, but everything else, very nice dinner. Okay, so that was my dinner. Hopefully it wasn't weird. But so yeah, like, I mean, I was gonna bring out loads of snacks, but I just brought two things. I brought a Whisper Gold hazelnut flavour and a beer. So I'm just gonna have these two and listen to the rain for the rest of the night. So I'm gonna log off for a bit, drink my beer, have my chocolate, and try to get some shut-eye. And if all goes well, I'll wake up in the morning and it'll be daylight. But otherwise, if I don't, or if I can't get to sleep, or if I wake up in the middle of the night, I shall record again and tell you how I'm getting on. But hopefully I'll just sleep like a baby, but I think that's unlikely. Okay, see ya, bye bye. Sorry, I just thought I'd turn the camera back on because after I stopped recording, I switched the light off that I was holding, and I feel like I've kind of got a bit of a Jesus vibe going on here, which is pretty cool. But Jesus was too young to drink beer. Oh, this is all fizzed up. But yeah. Okay. I'll probably need this. Bye bye. I have been in here for about 10 minutes or so now, and my feet were getting cold, so I buried them under the hay. I also wrapped the blanket around me a bit more too. Still haven't finished my beer, but staying here tonight. It's only been a couple of minutes in total. What time is it now? It is 1:40, and that roof is making an awful lot of noise. The rain is quite nice, but then every so often you can hear like the corrugated sheet metal rattling around, and the leftover insulation panels making a load of noise too. But it's still warm in here, and I'm still out here. Okay, good night again. Can you hear that? Nothing. The rain has fully stopped. The roof is still kind of creaking a little bit, to be fair. It is about 2:15, I think, 2:10. 2:13. And a few minutes ago, I moved this, just a broken crate left over, and I kind of, that's the wood that I've been kind of recycling and upcycling, and I moved that to kind of block off the doorway, because my feet were still cold. They're still under the hay. And I've also used the I've wrapped the blanket around me a bit more too. But overall, it's not that cold. It's nice and peaceful, and I'm quite tired, so I think I'll probably go to sleep very soon. Haven't slept yet, but I am tired. And then there's just a wheelbarrow outside the door as well, because why not? That was always there. If there's any more updates, I shall let you know. Good night. Also, just in case you're not sure, I'm not actually wearing the headset camera, I'm just holding it in my hands. Just in case you think I'm some weirdo who sleeps with a head camera on. No, I've been putting it into my little lunchbox. I finished my beer and I had my chocolate too. Both were nice. Okay, good night. It is 3:25 now, and I've just been woken up by the rain. I was asleep. Still not having. It's very bright. Still got loads of hay. I moved some hay up here even more to my knees. I'm just gonna turn this off. But yeah, it's I mean, I slept, and I hopefully will go back to sleep again. So yeah, I'll see you in the morning. And I woke up because I'm a little bit cold, but I'm not cold anymore. But just a little bit of breeze coming from my gap. And go back to sleep. The problem is that every time I go to film, I've got to turn this light on so you guys can see, and then put it back again, and then like half an hour later I wake up because I'm cold again. I actually am worried that I am going to get a cold. To be fair though, I'm wearing less stuff, or I'm not wearing less stuff. I've got like a jumper and a hoodie on, a hoodie and a pair of trousers on. But my bed sheets are smaller than what I wear in a regular sheet, in a regular bed. So yeah, I'm gonna try and keep sleeping. If I wake up again, though, I'll probably go inside. I think I've proven my point, but I'm too tired to get up now. So good night. So I just woke up again because it was cold. Haven't actually checked the time yet, but I've done something that I may or may not be proud of. It is 6:48, and the original plan was that when I got up was to go back inside. And instead of going back inside completely, I went to the barn and I found an old duvet cover, or an old duvet. So I'm going to use that and stick it out for another couple of hours. Oh, let me just do that again. Sorry, I'm tired. Not really. And then the idea is that I'm gonna explain how I go to sleep. I'm just gonna put the cover on and go to sleep. Alright. Good night, everyone. Well, I made it. And I've been joined by a guest. Hello, Woody. Good boy. It is 8:29. Getting the duvet cover was a nice idea. Although I kind of wish. So when I went in to get it, I just got it. I was like, I was going to go inside because I was cold, and then I was like, no, I'm going to look inside. I got the duvet, but then I realized it was like, I think it was like 7 or something like that, or 10 to 7. If I hadn't realized how close, if I hadn't known how close to the finish line I was, I would have powered through. But I was concerned about literally catching cold, so and then I realised, I said this before, that you know, in bed I'd have this on me inside in a house. So I think it's only fair that I have it out here, but you know, even still, it lasted from like 1 a.m. to about 7 a.m. or just before 7 with just a a bed sheet. And that's pretty good going. Did I get a good sleep? No, I did not. But did I sleep? I did, yeah. The thing is, this is unfinished, you know what I mean? I think I can do a little bit more to kind of make it better. I'm gonna get that board out of the way and stick a proper piece of cargo iron halfway through. I might try and, I'll look into, sorry, I'm just yawning quite a lot. I'll look into, trying to make some sort of like slight tunnel that goes from this side to that side. And then I can, like, you know, kind of make sure there's no wind getting in. Because it was just a very gentle light breeze. But it was pretty mild last night, you know, it was very rainy, but just, it wasn't that cold. Although I will say this, it was colder in the barn than it was in here. So that's good. So what else have I learned? You always need more hay. I feel like I should have had more hay. I mean, I put a wheelbarrow down, but if you look around, like, I grabbed some hay from here to put onto my feet, and then it's pretty. There's the grass under there as well, under the woody. And if you remember what it looked like when I showed you the pigs when I showed you what the pigs actually do, is that they make a nest. You know what I mean? And that was my mistake. I tried to use the hay to elevate myself off the floor. Whereas pigs are smarter than me, because what they do is they build a fort. You know, if you look at them, they actually build a whole big fort. So hay all up here, all around. So if I had built a big wall of hay all around, I would have been a lot warmer. So more hay. I think it's good advice for everyone. You know, you always need more hay, just in general. You know what I mean? Whether it's for your bed that you're sleeping in your pig house that you built, or, well, that's the only other purpose I can think of. But more hay is always good. Make more hay, get more hay. What else, by the way? Always make sure your house is waterproof before you put your bed into it. That was a big mistake I made yesterday. It was very gentle rain when I decided to do this, and then by the time I came out, it was very heavy rain, and I lost a lot of, everything was wet. My feet, don't get a bed with wet feet either, which was what I did. And then finally, I just want to say that, you know, this has been a fun experiment for me, but I don't want to get too deep and emotional, but sleeping rough is rough. If you can, please donate to whatever homeless charities that are in your area, local homeless charities. I know I'm going to, because this was hard, you know what I mean? And like, I wouldn't wish that on anyone as a long-term solution. But moving on and being more positive is that today I'm just gonna finish up. Actually, no, let's get up. Let me put this helmet on. Hold on. Get my sandals on. My socks are still wet. Hello, buddy. Good boy. Ah, you're a good boy. Good boy. Wow. See, look how much rain fell last night. I mean, that was empty this last night when I put the hay in. And then here's the tarp, which you probably couldn't see properly. I put all the extra boards on it, and that was what was rattling around. but I'll secure this in place. Hope you got that. That's kind of cool. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this bizarre episode of the POV Microfarmer. I shall continue my work here, and I deem this pig house safe. Goodbye.